Okay, so what is BW Wrestling on your shirt?
All right, BW Wrestling is my first name, and my last name, Buck Watkins. I started becoming a traveling clinician in 2015. Started out with 2 camps, and this summer I'll have done 25. Last year I drove 18,000 miles. This year I'm going to put on about 35,000 miles.
So, okay, if we want to get Buck Watkins to come to a clinic at our school,
yes,
what do we got to do? What's the process?
You can Facebook me, find me on Instagram. You can email me at watkinstrain@gmail.com. I've worked at ISI. You can get contact from Steve Farrell. I'm a high school coach at Fraser High School, so there's lots of ways to get a hold of me.
So where's Fraser High School?
Fraser High School is a small town in Perryopolis, Pennsylvania. Just started wrestling, a youth program about 9 years ago, and we started our high school program. We'll be going on our 4th year.
So, okay, so you've done some moving now. What
Yes.
have your moves been, and where have you been?
I lived in Texas. I was a grad assistant at Wayland Baptist University. The first 2 years the program started, that's where I got my niche into coaching. Then I moved to New Mexico, and I lived with Cowboy Donald Cerrone for a few months. Did a little bit of training MMA. Then I moved to North Carolina for 2 years in King, North Carolina. Again, another little small town. I'm a son of a small town, so that's where I always tend to go to. And then I moved back here to Pennsylvania, closer to my family, and started coaching high school wrestling again.
All right, so you talk about high school wrestling, you talk about small towns. Why is small towns your niche, and why do you think small towns are so important to wrestling?
I think small towns are important to wrestling because I think that it's healthy. I think for every Penn State, we need 10 to 12 Northern Iowas. Guys who come from small little towns, small little programs. I think that their mentality is a little different. The work ethic's a little different. Growing up on farms compared to living in the city is a little bit different. And I like going to small little towns because there's always somebody that's living in a town of 1,200, like Webster, South Dakota, and they're trying to figure out what it takes to wrestle in college, and they might not have the affordable funds, and I want to go to them at an affordable cost, and I want to try to grow the sport of wrestling the best I can.
Okay, so you were talking to me about, do camps and everything, right?
Yes.
And you also have another thing that you do, right?
Yes.
And we missed it last night, unfortunately, but what's your other thing that you do with the sport of wrestling?
I'm a wrestling mindset coach, and Wrestling Mindset is a big company. We not only do wrestling, we do other sports as well, football, baseball, lacrosse, etc. There's tons of them. But my niche is wrestling, obviously, because I coach wrestling, is what I'm more familiar with. And at Wrestling Mindset, we focus on the mental side of wrestling. I feel that it's an area that we miss a lot of. And, wrestling's 90 to 95% mental. And our program helps kids develop mental toughness, set goals, become driven. It's not just like motivational speaking. And it not only helps them in wrestling, it helps them in life, because we want to give them we want to help them develop a why. And for me, my why is all about impacting kids. And from the Wrestling Mindset program, I had a school win their first state championship this year, Dickinson High School in North Dakota, another small town school. 3 guys are going on to wrestle Division I. They're the first people in their family to go to college. Had a lot of success with it. And I highly recommend it if you're looking for that edge going into your next season.
Okay, Iron Sharpens Iron Camp, talking about Steve and Joel here. What's it like working with these guys at Iron Sharpen Iron, and what do you like about this camp system?
Okay, I'll tell you what I love about ISI. I love coming here because it's like professional development. I learn the best techniques out there, and then I'm able to take them to the small towns that can't afford a big name clinician. So I'm showing them new technique and helping them grow. So and most importantly, I take it back to my high school guys, my middle school, and my youth program at Fraser. And that's giving me, and also learning from these different coaches from all different areas, learning how to grow the sport, learn how to become a better coach. More importantly, learn how to become a better person.
All right. Ultimately, what do you want kids to get out of interacting with Buck Watkins and the sport of wrestling?
Interacting with me, I want them to know that I want them to develop a good hard work ethic. I tell my guys all the time, you have to fail to learn, and if you don't learn, you're not going to change. And we're always in wrestling, you always got to keep developing and evolving every day. And in the sport of wrestling, if you don't take the characteristics and traits from the sport of wrestling in life, you've missed the point of actually wrestling. Because you want to apply everything you learn from this sport, the work ethic, the mental toughness, all those things, and apply it to your everyday job, and you're going to become successful. People hire wrestlers more than any other sport, I truly believe.
All right, Buck, is there anything else you got for me, man? We got some stuff going on here. We got some wrestling on both sides here. You got anything else for me?
No, I greatly appreciate it. I greatly appreciate the opportunity to be here at ISI. And if you're a small town out there looking to have your very first wrestling camp or looking to start a wrestling program, please contact me at watkinstrained@gmail.com or find me on Facebook at Buck Watkins. And I greatly appreciate the opportunity to speak to you, Mr. Miller. It's a pleasure.
Hey, thank you for the time. Keep grinding. Safe travels around the rest of the country. And I'll tell you what, pleasure meeting you. And enjoy some ISI, some technique here, some Chenzo Joseph and Johnny DeJulius and Palacio. And thanks for the time.
No, I greatly appreciate it.